Library of Knowledge is a series of books especially designed for today's generation of young people eager for interesting and factual knowledge. Carefully researched and authoritative. Carefully written to be easily read. Carefully considered by careful people. Carefully careful. Careful attention is paid to detail, to colors, to lines, to the habits of animals. Carefully the lion takes position in the grass, careful to make no sound. It kills carefully, you know. Carefully the zebra, carefully the deer, carefully the hunters crawl on their bellies. Carefully researched and authoritative, like scientists, like criminals, like books, the planets, the sea, butterflies and moths, the fighting Indians of the Old West. Careful to make no sound. Carefully careful, so careful they are gone. If you are careful, you can still find one. I found a Navajo, and he told me, if you are not swift, be careful. If you are not clever, be careful. If you are not greedy, be very careful. Be careful of men. Be careful of animals. Be careful of what you read, or you may be written upon and kept forever in a golden library of knowledge, and cared for, terribly cared for, by careful people, by mathematicians, by the great philosophers, by the slave-making ants of the Amazon. So careful they are gone, gone to waste in books, to wait in museums, to recombine in genetic swamps, to colors, to lines, to the habits of animals. Today's generation of young people carefully forgetting yesterday's generation of careful old people. Carefully researched and authoritative, carefully careful, careful in their sleep, carefully knitting up the raveled sleeve of care. It kills carefully, you know, the animal that kills you, the book that kills you, the interesting fact that no matter how careful you are, you may be written upon, carefully written to be easily read and cared for, terribly cared for, like scientists, like criminals, the fighting Indians of the Old West, the Greeks and the Amazons, fighting still in the radio libraries of space, the planets, the sea, butterflies and moths, carefully recumbent in the genes, carefully expressed in color and line, carefully absorbed in the mind by the eye, carefully drawn in the mouth by the tongue, carefully scattered in the blood by the stomach, where care is born, where it is broken down.